Hey everyone, Sheila here from Life with Pets. So it has been a while and I thought that I would just do a quick live stream catch-up video. So I do hope that you can hear me okay. I'm having to sit somewhere different, so I just hope that the volume is okay. If you could just let me know in the chat. So we've got a few people joined us. So GVO3 says hi, Jalen says hi, Chris says hi, Jen says hello, Matthew says hey, Paul has done a little symbol, no idea what that is. Michaela says hello. Oh good, you can hear us. Oh, that's good. Okay, like I say, I needed to just do it somewhere different this time. So our house is in a little bit of disarray. We have family staying, and so things are all sort of a little bit of a mess. So I thought that I would do a quick live stream as it's been a while. With family staying, then it's very, very difficult to get the house to myself, obviously, with family being here. So I thought that while they've gone out today, then I would do a quick live stream just to say we're still here. We have still been putting videos out, but they have all been pre-recorded so that I could enjoy time with family, because they've been here for 5 weeks. Well, be 5 weeks on Tuesday, and sadly they go home on Tuesday. So, hopefully the audio is good. Let's just see. I'm losing the chat here. Audio is good, but a bit quiet. Okay, I'm not sure if I can turn that up. Let me just see if I can. No, I don't see any way to turn it up. It's as good as it will go. Okay, so most people are saying it's good. Maybe if you could just turn it up a little bit, Jacob, possibly. Maybe that would help. So Pineapple Ice Cream says, how are your betas doing? They are doing really well. Everybody is healthy at the moment. We have been on vacation as well during the last few weeks while family have been here. And thankfully our pet sitter did a great job. We came back to all the fish were okay. And they're all big, fat and healthy. So yeah, everyone's doing really well. Audio seems good to me. Oh, that's good. Okay, that's great. Like I say, with having to be somewhere a little different, I haven't got my microphone set up, so I'm literally just using the computer's microphone as well. So, so hopefully come next week, it might not be next week, maybe the week after, we'll get back into our usual schedule, because we have only been doing one video a week. Normally we would be doing 2. But like I say, with family being here, then we've been spending time with them rather than doing the videos. But I'm hoping it probably won't be next week, maybe the week after. We'll get back into our regular schedule. Oh, it's not possible to get it louder, but it's okay. All right. Hi, I just set up my new used 45 gallon and the cycle is starting. That is great. It is so good when you can find used tanks. I just think they are such good deals. We've got several ones that are actually used, and we've never had any issue with them whatsoever. Michaela says, glad you took time out to enjoy your family. Yes, it has been a really good visit. We've been and done some really nice stuff. We've been on vacation, which was really good. We went to St. Augustine. Those of you that follow us on Instagram will have seen some of the pictures from that. But yeah, it has. It's been a nice visit, and it's just sad that they are going home next week. But hey Deborah, good to see you. Say hi to the kiddos for me. Missouri, I didn't realise you were in Missouri. I don't know why, because we send enough stuff to you, but it's never really dawned on me that you are in Missouri. I had to reseal the whole thing, but it was well worth it. Wow, so that was a big job. I would rather you than me on that one. I don't know that I would do a good job on that. We do actually have I think just one tank right now that we need to reseal, but we haven't got round to doing it yet. So I will finish my exams on Monday finally. Yes, it is definitely that time of year where everyone is doing finals and graduating, and we actually have our son's graduation tomorrow. So he is graduating after doing his first associate's degree, and then he's going to go on and do his bachelor's degree. So we're looking forward to that tomorrow. That's that's what we're doing tomorrow, hence me doing a live stream today. I was actually going to do one tomorrow, but we're not here because we're doing that as well. So Alluring Beta says, hi Sheila, your koi line is starting off so beautiful. Look forward to watch the progression. I am working on a koi line too. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the outcome of the fish. People have been sending me pictures of the babies that they've received, and it is so cool to see how the colours are changing. I do think that we have decided we're probably going to do peaches first, and then we will do jasmine after that, with maybe one of the offspring from peaches and bandit. But I'm still not fully decided, but I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. So we will be breeding them probably in the next few weeks. So make sure that you have subscribed and got your notification bell on, because we will be doing obviously a lot of videos on that. Actually, talking about being subscribed and the notification bell, I have noticed with different channels that I follow that I've been unsubscribed and the bell is no longer on, and apparently YouTube have been messing around with a few things. So just make sure that you are still subscribed should you want to be, because like I say, they are messing around with YouTube right now, and so sometimes people are being knocked off or for whatever reason unsubscribed. So if you just make sure that you check that. Notifications are on, it turns on and off. Yeah, we're having the same issue. Like I say, I've found several of the channels that I follow the same thing. In fact, actually King of DIY was one of them. It came up in a recommended video and I thought, I've not seen it, why haven't I seen it? And when I went and looked, I'd been unsubscribed. So alright, let's see. Can anyone recommend a water circulation pump for a 5.5 gallon? If you've got a filter running in there, then you shouldn't actually need a pump as well. The filter should be more than enough, especially in such a small tank. So do you not have a filter in the tank? Alright, I think I missed some things here. Got my 10-gallon divider. I'm so excited to set it up. I hope it fits perfectly for you and you have no issues. If you do, then don't hesitate to just shoot us an email and we can help you out with that. GVO3 says, I have baby betas too. Baby betas are so cute, but boy, is it a lot of work as well. I think when breeding certain fish, like let's say guppies or whatever, obviously it's just so much easier because they're live bearers. They either eat the young or the young hide and survive, and it's just so much easier. But I do think with beta fish, it is definitely a labour of love because there's so much more work that goes into them. So I am really looking forward to breeding them again. I'm just not looking forward to all the extra water changes, and I do have some physical limitations, and so sometimes it can be very, very difficult for me, but I am looking forward to doing it. All right, let's see. My older beta has a little weird white fuzzball on the end of his tail. I ordered aquarium salt to do salt baths. Do you think this should take care of it? Possibly. It really depends what it is. If it is a fungus, then salt possibly would take care of it, but I would also have medication on hand just in case it doesn't. The medications that we use, I say on a regular basis, it's very rare we need to, but the ones that we do have sort of in our cupboards, as it were, are the General Cure and the erythromycin and Riddick, I think it is, are the three that I sort of use the most. But we do also have menthol blue and what's the other one we have? I can't think of the other one now, but I use it more for a goldfish and to do with gill flukes, but I just can't think of the name of it right now. But I do think if you do have fish that you should always have sort of medication on hand. Sarah Brown says, you're wonderful with your fish. I have a question. I recently got a new koi male, and when I showed a picture of him to a woman in a local store who rarely has anything positive to say, she said that the small hump back a beta, that means all the swimming problems in the future. All betas have humpbacks, don't they? They aren't streamlined fish. Yeah, they do have, I wouldn't say on the back, their sort of body goes along and then up and over. So yeah, I guess they do have a hump to some extent, but I wouldn't say that it's very pronounced. So it really depends sort of when you're saying a hump, how far back it is. Sponge filter currently in the 5.5 gallon. You shouldn't really need anything else then if you already have a sponge filter in there. You could add an air stone if you want. The only thing I would say with that is you probably would be adding maybe a little too much water movement in the tank, but you could always try it. We use the Tetra Whisper air pumps. We use those in all our tanks, and we do also sell them on our website as well. Let's see. And then you will have a hard time letting them go because they're so cute. Oh, that is so true. That is so true. When we came to selling the babies a few months back, it was so hard taking photographs of them, knowing that they were going to go to new homes, because you do get attached to them. You've put so much love, care and attention into them that letting them go is really difficult. How do you change the substrate in a microworm culture? All we do is make up some more oatmeal, and we allow it to cool, and then we scrape the top of the existing culture and put it into that culture. We add some yeast, and that is basically all we do. In fact, I'm glad you said that because I actually do need to do our cultures. They're due to be done again. But yeah, very, very easy. Just make up the new oatmeal or whatever it is you use. Some people use mashed potato. Some people use the oatmeal. We use oatmeal. And then just scrape the top of the old culture and put it into the new one. So can you take a look at my Betta's fins and tell me, is there anything wrong? If you want to send me a DM on Instagram, I can do that. Usually Instagram is the one I'm most active on. I'm not that active on Facebook, and I'm afraid we don't do personal email just because we get so many business email that I just can't do everything. So if you want to do it on Instagram, I can do it on there for you. How hard is it to find a pet sitter that know about fish? I imagine they are rare. Well, for us, thankfully, it was a friend of ours, and she came and actually stayed at the house, which was fantastic. She also took care of the business and orders and stuff like that for us, so that we didn't have to close down our store. So for us, it was easy. She doesn't know a great deal about fish. But all I did was sort of leave instructions, and we were gone for a little short of a week, and I literally only had her feed them twice, and I made it very, very easy in that I just did feed everybody bloodworms, and that way it wasn't sort of feed this fish this and that fish that. Every one of our fish can eat bloodworms, so that made it very, very simple. That just twice while we were away she fed them. So but yeah, I think that unless you have a neighbour or a friend that can do it, I think it can be difficult. But the best advice I would give is to do as little as you can with the fish while you're away. A healthy betta fish, or healthy fish in general, can go sort of 10 to 14 days without food. So if you're gone for a week, they really only need feeding once or twice in that week, and then there is no danger of them being overfed as well. All right, let me see. Hello from Toronto, Canada. Wow. All right. Lauren Betta's of new substrate, feed yeast with sugar, or yeast is just fine. Yeah, we just do the yeast. But yeah, I have heard of people doing sugar, but we have such explosion of growth with ours that we do actually sell the microworms online as well. That's something that we started doing about a month and a half ago, I think, and we have had excellent feedback that they arrive okay. And in fact, we got feedback, I think it was last week or the week before, somebody had bought from us, and they now have, I think it was like 4 or 5 cultures going just from the one culture that we sent them. So so if that's something that you need, then we do sell them on our website. I think we've only got about 3 or 4 listed right now, but where can you get the starter cultures? Like I say, we do sell them. And Nisi, hey Nisi, good to see you. She has just put a link to our store. If you go to the store, and then I think they're under breeding supplies, or if you just go to all products, they'll show up on there as well. All right, I was housing 3 I'm assuming that's African dwarf frogs with my betta, and they were nipping at his fins. I had to separate them. Any suggestions to regrow the fins? I'm currently using almond leaves in the tanks. Yeah, just almond leaves and a lot of water changes. Water changes are definitely, if a fish is sick or not doing well, they are definitely the first go-to. Usually with betta fish, most of the issues with them is down to water quality. Not always, but for the most part, it is water quality. So I would say that do daily water changes if you can, or every other day, and would do large ones at that. You can also add in a little aquarium salt, that will help as well. Let's see. My betta fighter fish fry are around 5 weeks old, 3 or 4 are much larger than the others. My first time breeding project, I managed to get 15 to 20 fish. Well, congratulations on your new babies. That is perfectly normal for there to be some larger and some smaller. Just make sure you keep doing a lot of water changes, and that will sort of help with that. So, all right, let's see what else we've got. Oh, I've just skipped right up there. Bear with me. Do you think feeding the daddy betta while he is breeding, looking after his eggs? I'm assuming that means, do you feed him? We didn't feed ours, and that was on recommendation not to. And so I made sure that before we bred him, he was very, very well fed, so that I didn't feel too bad about not feeding him. And the theory in, some people do feed and that's perfectly fine. The theory in not feeding is sometimes if you feed them, they can become very distracted. And obviously that isn't good. You don't want them distracted if babies are sort of falling out of the bubble nest and things like that. So we didn't feed, and obviously it didn't have any effect on him whatsoever. I know that some breeders do feed and have no issues at all. So I think really it depends on your betta fish and whether you feel that they're very easily distracted or not. So that one I think probably is down to personal preference, and in our case we didn't feed. Hello from Germany and Connecticut. All right, let's see. Have started on new breeding, and did you pick which one? Oh, I'm assuming that is, have you started on new breeding? I haven't yet. Probably in the next few weeks, by the end of the month, I hope that we will have set up the pair that we're going to be breeding. We still haven't fully decided, but I am very much leaning towards peaches over jasmine, and that is, I just feel that we've had, I say issues with jasmine. I'm actually going to do a video on it, so I'm not going to talk about it right now. And when I say issues, it is nothing that would stop her from breeding. It's nothing like that, but I just want to give her a little bit more time to settle. So I'm leaning very heavily towards peaches, and I do think it's going to be her that we do this time. Sheila, I've got to tell you, I love everything I've purchased from you. Thank you for all the care you put into everything you do. Thank you very much, Deborah, and I very much appreciate the support as well, because I know that you do buy from us regularly, and I thank you very, very much for that. All right, I was trying to plan ahead for vacation and decided I'd ask a neighbour to feed to prevent overfeeding. I would buy a Monday to Sunday pill case and add the food and leave instructions on each tank. That's exactly what we did when we went away, not this time but the last time, and it worked really, really well, because we did have a neighbour coming in and she did the same thing. We just left them in the little pill boxes and she did the same thing. So, oh, my first super chat. Let's see. Nisi, thank you so much. You are so good to us. Thank you for all you do. Yours is the channel that kept me going when I got back into the hobby. Thank you so much, Nisi. We have had our fair share of teas and coffees while my parents have been here. Sadly, they leave on Tuesday, but it's been a really nice visit, but sadly they go home on Tuesday. So we will use that while they're still here. There is still time for us to go and get a coffee. Alright, I'm just going to do a few more, guys, and then I'm going to leave it at that. This was just a really quick stream just to touch base, as I haven't shown my face in a while, and like I said at the beginning of the stream, that was just basically because my parents are here, and so we've been visiting with them for the last 5 weeks. So I've obviously been spending that time with them. Dibs on a yellow koi. You're getting your order in early, Deborah. Yes, hopefully we will get some yellows this time. I'm hoping that Peaches has really held her orange, and she does have yellow patches as well. So I'm actually hoping that we'll get a lot of orange and yellow, but you just never know. So we'll just have to wait and see. All right, let's see. You provide accurate. Oh, it's just jumped up. You provide accurate information and present the facts in an understandable way. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say so. All right, almost over, but it's okay. Lunch break is almost over. Yeah, I am going to end it here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And like I say, I will get back to our regular stream times and putting 2 videos out a week once my parents are gone. And hopefully with the breeding, there'll be lots of videos of baby betas and all that good stuff as well. So there's a lot to look forward to. We've got some other projects as well that we've got in mind that we're going to be doing as well. So just make sure that you are subscribed and that notification bell is on due to all the issues and changes that YouTube have been doing. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you in our next video.